Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the corner. Welcome to your latest Chelsea transfer news, Chelsea everything. This is going to be an action-packed video. There's a lot of conversations that we need to get through. So many news popping off left, right, and center. You guys are going to enjoy this. And as always, comment below your thoughts about each and every topic that we talk about. Tyrique George. Tyrique George is a huge topic that is circulating around the Chelsea community. It is dominating in terms of news front, and it's something that was inevitable. I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. I talked about this a few videos ago that watch this space in regards to Tyrique George if he sticks around at Chelsea too long. Hopefully, it's a loan case and not a full-on permanent sale. And if it is a full-on permanent sale, hopefully we've got some buyback clause or something, matching rights and whatnot included. So we talk about Tyrique George. We'll talk about Alejandra Ganacho once again. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at some of the comments I've received in the video earlier on today. If you've missed out on that video, do check that out. I'm actually quite baffled. I'm baffled how some people all of a sudden we rate Alejandro Garnacho, and not that long ago no one even rated him. But we'll talk about that. Xavi Simons, ladies and gentlemen, has done a similar act like Garnacho on social media. He's gone and commented on Jarell Hato, who's been announced by Chelsea. Xavi Simons has put a comment there, and a lot of people are saying to me, Miz, why aren't you talking about this now? Why were you talking about Garnacho and not Xavi Simons? Well, I will talk about Xavi Simons 100%, but once again, I'll let you guys know it's not the same situation. And if you fail to understand that, then I'm sorry. You fail to understand the context. You fail to understand any level of comprehension. That's how I look at it. So yeah, we've got all of these news to cover. We've also got Chelsea players. A lot of the players will be back tomorrow for training. We'll talk about that. We've got Nkunku latest news as well, and many, many others. Front of shirt sponsorship as well. We've got some conversations to happen there. So let's kick things off, not from Tyrique George, but we'll kick things off from Jarell Hato, ladies and gentlemen. Official confirmed. Jarell Hato joins Chelsea on a 43 million euros deal from Ajax. Fantastic business. Honestly, I cannot praise the directors, the owners in this transfer window and what we've been doing in recent times. Garnacho aside, look, it is what it is. I've always said I've accepted Garnacho, but so far, even with that, I think our directors and our owners have done a fantastic job in this summer window for getting rid of the right players and bringing in the right players as well, just like Jarell Hato. And the price is amazing. Paying less than 40 million pounds for Jarell Hato is brilliant. I think it's reasonable. And on top of that, a very, very suitable and quite capable backup for Marc Cucurella. I mean, look at that. That golden badge in the middle, man, that looks like that Iron Man, how Iron Man has that thing in the middle and that keeps him alive, basically, that thing, that energy source. It looks like that. That looks amazing. Some people are saying that badge looks a bit too big, but why not? Why not? We're world champions. Make it as big as possible. We've still got enough space over here for the front of shirt sponsorship to come through. But big up to Jarell Hato. Hopefully he does well. Can't wait to see him adapt to Chelsea Football Club and also feature down the track for Chelsea. So fantastic news. It is official now. Jarell Hato, obviously we knew about Jarell Hato being a Chelsea player. It was a here we go confirmed for a while now. Jarell Hato, this was for me the right time to make a big step, to come to the Premier League, to come to Chelsea, and now I'm here. Fantastic. Look, he's got the right experience for the young player that he is. We've got our philosophy of buying young, which I've been critical, because you can still buy young with experience, and that's exactly who Jarell Hato is. You don't have to necessarily always buy young with no level of experience, which makes it very difficult, because Chelsea Football Club, we're not a development club. We want to try and compete for important things next season, and that's what's been touted around. We want to go for the Champions League. This is what all the journalists are saying. We want to go for the Premier League. So you need to have players that can perform immediately. Now, Tyrique George. Let's talk about Tyrique George, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go through the news first before we give our opinion on it. Exclusive: Tyrique George wants to leave Chelsea this month with reduced game time, and Bundesliga clubs keen on signing him. And look, we knew it was going to be reduced, but at the same time, I felt this is my honest opinion in regards to Tyrique George. I truly felt there's a player there. From the bits and pieces we saw last season, more than bits and pieces, I thought there's certain skills that Tyrique George has shown that, if you hone in on it, if you keep developing that, it could turn out to be a fantastic player. And no one's asking Tyrique George to take the complete burden of carrying Chelsea Football Club on his shoulder. No, he's got quality players in and around him. He can stick around, be part of the first team squad, and get those minutes off the bench and get those odd starts in the cup competitions. I thought maybe that would have been a good way to integrate him in even more. But look, at the same time, if he finds himself a good loan spell somewhere where he can play on a regular basis, I've got no issues. But this whole thing about Tyrique George wants to leave Chelsea, leave how? Loan, permanent? We shall see. Permanent move also possible. There you go. Fabrizio Romano saying Chelsea preferred to keep George, but accept his desire for regular football. Red Bull Leipzig and Gladbach among clubs keen. So Leipzig, Simons, Tyrique George. We did say this in a few videos ago that maybe Tyrique George, there's rumors about Tyrique George potentially getting linked with Leipzig. I know, we all know, not just I know, that Chukwuemeka is also linked as well, but maybe Leipzig is looking at Tyrique George as well. And this is another exclusive from Fabrizio Romano. Exclusive: Red Bull Leipzig have asked Chelsea about Tyrique George during club-to-club talks for Xavi Simons. Separate topics and not into same deal, but George has attracted interest from Bundesliga and Leipzig are keen. He's prepared to leave Chelsea due to limited space as revealed. So, look, 100% there is limited space. We've brought in quite a lot of players. We're looking to bring in Xavi Simons, and we're looking to bring in Ganacho as well. So I think Tyrique George, from that perspective, has summed it up that he's not going to get any time at all. Like, if you didn't bring in Garnacho, maybe there was some hope that he could compete with Gittins. Gittins is going to be the out-and-out winger, and then Tyrique George can compete. But with Garnacho, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Tyrique George has probably looked at the situation that it's best he leaves. So, look, if it is a permanent, of course, it's a pure profit. I hope it's not a permanent, but if it is a permanent, I hope we've put in some buyback clause, because I have a feeling this kid's going to do well. And look, I don't go around saying this about every Cobham player. You know me. You guys know me very, very well. I didn't say that about Alfie Gilchrist. I knew as soon as I saw him, I was like, yeah, okay, great, no problems. Got a lot of passion, a lot of desire coming from the academy, but I don't think he's going to cut it. And I've said that for many other Chelsea academy players as well, that I felt, nah, you're not going to cut it at Chelsea, but the right ones, like for example, Levi Colwill. I was critical last season, but always felt, check out all the stuff I used to say about Levi Colwill when he was at Brighton. Always felt that he was going to be a big deal, and slowly but surely he's turning out to be a big deal. Reece James, obviously, and even Chalobah I've praised many times, and there's many other examples as well. But overall, I'm not one of those guys that, every Cobham player is going to turn out to be gold. But I did feel that Tyrique George was going to be something good. Can't forget his contribution last season against Fulham. Still, for me, that was the turning point for us. So let's see what happens if he does end up going to the Bundesliga, whether it's Red Bull Leipzig or Borussia Mönchengladbach. I do feel like there could be something there with Leipzig, that potentially Leipzig might get this player, and then we get Simons as well. As you know, Leipzig's about to lose Sesko and Simons, so they do need some sort of backup players to help them next season. And I think Tyrique George, if he does go to Leipzig, I think he will do very, very well, or anywhere in the Bundesliga. I think there's going to be a lot of space available for him, and he could truly explode into a monster over there. So look, I wish he stuck around, but the bottom line is we are not looking to build him at Chelsea. We're looking to let him go elsewhere. So let's see. Look, you know my feelings. I wish we didn't get Garnacho. A lot of people I'm seeing on social media saying Garnacho is a far better player than Tyrique George. Like, look, each to their own. Each to their own. Me personally, yes, Garnacho's got a lot more experience, and we're going to talk about Garnacho very, very soon, right? He's got a lot more experience at the highest level, but honestly speaking, what are some of Garnacho's key attributes? Besides maybe dribbling, I don't really see any other key attributes. Tyrique George, compared to Garnacho, he's not miles away, He's not like, oh, there's George and here's Garnacho. Look where George. No, it's not like that. It really isn't that far, huge difference and distance in quality. And I just felt that maybe, if the bottom line is, even if Garnacho comes, and he will come, he's not going to be a starter, in my opinion. It's going to be Jamie Gittins, right? If we do play in that mold, if we do want to play with a touchline winger, because at times maybe João Pedro could be playing there, maybe whoever else, right? So whatever bits and pieces minutes that Garnacho is destined to get, I thought maybe we could have given that to Tyrique George. But a lot of people are saying that Garnacho is a far superior player. So each to their own. Me personally, I don't see it. This is the latest once again from Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea's priorities in August: complete some outgoings. We've got a lot of outgoings to still complete. Yes, we've got rid of quite a bit, but we've still got a hell of a lot of players to get rid of. I think that is going to be the focus in this month of August before the transfer window finishes. How some of the players are still sticking around, I find it strange. They need to really move on. Sign Xavi Simons. Would have been nice if we were able to sign Xavi Simons before the season starts, which is not the next weekend, but the weekend after. But I really would have liked to see Xavi Simons feature for us in the preseason matches. So let's see over the next couple of days what really happens. Whether Tyrique George ends up going to Leipzig as well, we'll see. But Simons wants Chelsea Football Club. Number 3, talks with Man United about Garnacho. So this is the priorities, ladies and gentlemen. Outgoings, Xavi Simons and Garnacho. So quite clear from Fabrizio Romano what our plans are for the rest of the transfer window. Don't forget the name. I have been saying for weeks, for months, Alejandra Ganacho. Please, Fabrizio Romano, how can we forget? How can every other minute you're tweeting about Alejandra Ganacho? Fabrizio Romano, we cannot forget. You don't give us the opportunity to forget. You're throwing tweets to 25 million followers on X on a regular basis. Then you're telling us, don't forget the name. Oh, trust me, we have not forgotten. Chelsea are fully aware that Garnacho appreciates Chelsea. Oh, you best believe we're fully aware. He's made it quite clear, even on Instagram post, on Fabrizio Romano's Instagram post, that the post saying that Chelsea do want Xavi Simons and Garnacho like that. So we get it. You want Chelsea, you want to be in London, no problems at all. Garnacho wants Chelsea and he's waiting for Chelsea. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Fabrizio Romano has always told us that Garnacho wants Chelsea. I know a lot of fans in the Chelsea community didn't want it, but you got to start accepting it. I've accepted it. I've definitely well and truly have accepted the situation. Xavi Simons wants Chelsea. It is advanced in a separate deal. There is a chance for George to Leipzig. If Leipzig get George, it could make it easier for Chelsea to accelerate the deal for Xavi Simons. So there you go. Fabrizio Romano coming out talking about how Xavi Simons and Tyrique George could be a little bit interlinked there. I think it's good for. I really do think it's good for Tyrique George too, because there's not going to be enough space and he's not going to get enough game time at all. So I think it's good for him. Hopefully, we don't really sell him permanently. If we do, I hope that there is some buyback as well down the track. And the buyback hopefully is reasonable and not something ridiculous. But yeah, it is advanced. It is advanced for Xavi Simons. So let's once again see what happens. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. This is coming from PYS. As I said, Xavi Simons has also done some madness on social media, just like Garnacho. And I want to talk about this. I really do want to talk about this. Look, people say, Miz, both players doing the same thing. Xavi Simons have removed his Leipzig bio from his Instagram account, this, that, the other. Look, one player, Garnacho, who's got a history of doing online mischief. This is not two same things. It looks like the two same things in this incident, in this current incident, but overall, this is not two same things. Garnacho once again, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Check out my video, the last one. He's got a history of doing these sort of things online. And yes, in this instance, it's working for us because he wants to come to Chelsea and it's a positive note. But he's done madness when it's been negative as well. He's gone around liking stuff. I don't know whether Xavi Simons has done this. I've never heard any news about Xavi Simons doing that kind of nature. Yes, this is a post of Jorel Hato from Chelsea FC. Jorel Hato is officially a blue. Thiago Silva's liked it. Everyone's done their liking business, and Xavi Simons coming and has come in and said he's put in his comment saying my boy, me boy. So yeah, Dutch players. There's obviously some camaraderie, there's some friendship, but this isn't the same thing. Simons is not someone who goes around doing online mischief, online shenanigans. Garnacho does. So I don't know how much more clearer I can make it. One has history, one doesn't have history. And if you choose not to believe it, then it's up to you. It's up to you. You can accept that Garnacho is coming to Chelsea Football Club, no problems. We don't have to lie and lose rationalism and any level of realism. The bottom line, the difference between both of these contexts is Simons doesn't have a history, and Simons this is by knowing that it's by good nature. Garnacho, sure, it's good nature as well, but please, I hope you don't do all of that other stuff that you did at Man United when you come to Chelsea Football Club. That's all I ask for. That's all I ask for. And it's not the same thing. What Simons is doing and what Garnacho is doing, it might look the same now, but if you add context to the precedents, it's not the same thing. Hopefully, I've made that very, very clear. And I want to conclude the whole Garnacho situation by saying I've accepted that he's come to Chelsea Football Club, but I'm not going to all of a sudden say that I've rated him. I didn't rate him before. And few people have commented in the previous video saying that, oh, look at Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer has come to Chelsea Football Club and exploded. Please. Cole Palmer was a very good name at Man City. When we did get him, people were like, yeah, no problems. I know a lot of people were a bit skeptical that we wanted a little bit more experience, but no one was like, oh, Cole Palmer's rubbish. Everyone had a feeling that, yeah, he's a good player. Not maybe necessarily the one that we wanted, but he's a good player. Garnacho, we've seen enough to say you're an average player. You're an average, and that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Nkunku won't be training tomorrow due to minor injury. Player and management have agreed to postpone his return, coming from Fabrice Hawkins. Look, I mean, injury, okay, look, yeah, I get it. Injured. Look, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me because I'm fine with Nkunku not joining our training sessions starting from tomorrow. It makes sense. He's looking to leave Chelsea Football Club, and with all the players that we're bringing in, more Xavi Simons and Garnacho, there's no spot. There's no spot for Nkunku. It doesn't seem like he's got a future at Chelsea Football Club. So once again, injury, I don't mind. I don't mind. Find your club. Let's move on. I won't be shocked if all of a sudden his injury goes away as soon as he moves to whoever he moves to and does the medical, and his medical is passed in a flying color. So I understand why he's injured, doesn't want to join the training session with Chelsea, and that's absolutely fine because he's no longer part of Chelsea Football Club's future. So that's in regards to Nkunku, and hopefully Inter Milan or whoever else comes and collects Nkunku immediately. Now, Fronter shirt sponsorship news, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea are trying to maximize their success at the Club World Cup by increasing their financial expectations to more than 60 million a year, and it should be. Why not? We are the world champions, and we're looking like we're in the right trajectory upwards. And more than 60 million is something that we should be demanding. We've waited 2 seasons to get a Fronter shirt sponsorship. For 2 seasons, we really didn't have proper Fronter shirt sponsorship. I know we had Infinite, whatever, that company, and we had Demac last season, but predominantly we didn't have anyone, to be honest, for the last 2 seasons. And yeah, now we've got a lot going on for us, and more than 60 million is absolutely reasonable. This lengthens the process of selecting a new Fronter shirt sponsor. The club has selected 3 entities for further talks, one of which is from the Middle East. Look, You know me, I'm always a little bit biased for the Middle Eastern sponsors, because I feel like they pay quite a lot, and I'd love to see it. If there's a Middle Eastern sponsor there, please bring them in, and let's collect the money. Hopefully we can get more than 60 million. We deserve it, and hopefully we see that soon, because once again the season is here. The season is here, and we still don't have a front of shirt sponsorship. So hopefully that will be done and dusted over the next few weeks, and we can have a long-term contract with whoever we are looking to get. So that's the latest. World champions Chelsea return to training at Cobham tomorrow. Fantastic news. It's going to be fantastic, like brilliant to see loads of pictures dropping tomorrow from the training ground, players returning. I don't know if everyone's going to return at the same time, but we're going to see bits and pieces come through. Esteval Willian is one I cannot wait to see in the training ground. So the new season is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. The new season is well and truly upon us, and I think it's going to be fantastic to talk about all of that starting from tomorrow. Last but not least, let's see if there's any other latest news that has dropped since we start recording. I did say it was going to be a long video because there's a lot that's going on. Joe Shields with Hato there. Great to see. Fantastic picture. Mark Cucurella on Instagram got the Drogba jersey on. I love it. Fantastic. Can't wait for these players to all come back. Looks like Cucurella is still enjoying holidays, so I don't think he's going to return anytime soon. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about. Tyrique George, Ganacho, Xavi Simons, all the different incidents that's happening. Do you think it's all, it's all the same, what Xavi Simons is doing and Garnacho, or do you think there is some context that we need to take care of? And Tyrique George, are you happy that he's potentially going to leave Chelsea Football Club? Let me know your thoughts. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, take care. See ya.